My dad works in B2B marketing, but I never really knew what that meant. Then one day my dad came by my school for career day and told everyone in my class he was a big ROAS man. Then he just kept saying things like, the bigger the ROAS, the better, over and over. My friends still laugh at me to this day. I think it means calculating a return on ad spend. One thing's for sure, I'll be known as the ROAS man's kid for the rest of my days. Why couldn't you just be a fireman or a lawyer? Why? You ruined my life, Dad.
Not everyone gets B2B, but LinkedIn has the people who do. And with ads on LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people based on job title, industry, likelihood to buy, and more. Start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. We'll even give you a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/MPN to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/MPN. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Hey, it's John Lee Dumas of EO Fire, and it's the Entrepreneurial You, the show for dedicated and passionate Caribbean entrepreneurs seeking daily inspiration, brought to you by author, speaker, and award-winning entrepreneur Heneka Watkis-Porter. You must be prepared to ignite.
All right. Folks, guess what? It is, of course, the Entrepreneurial You, that podcast. Yeah, man, that podcast that inspires, it motivates all entrepreneurs, leaders, everyone who listens, by you being able to take away from the many guests that we've had, like Seth Godin, Lisa Nichols, Les Brown, John Lee Dumas, Paul Martinelli, just to name a few. And it's my real great pleasure to welcome you to another inspiring episode of the Entrepreneurial You. I'm your host, Heneka Watkis-Porter. And today we have a very incredible guest with us that we're going to be talking about some lovely stuff, his entrepreneurial journey. We're going to be talking about the products and company that he's been able to build, as well as we're just going to get into a little bit of, the community connections, all of those things coming up on the Entrepreneurial You today. But before we get into all of that, I want to let you know that the Entrepreneurial You is sponsored by the Jamaica Stock Exchange, Next Step Digital Services, and 5 Minute Bookkeeper. So let's hear a word from the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
We needed to raise capital, but our experience with local financial institutions was that they were cautious and slow to act, and interest rates were far too high. We had real concerns about financing our business through outside equity investors and the possibility of interference. Could we get a fair valuation for our business? We had our own ideas about the business and its value. Should I go the traditional route of bank financing, or should I try the Jamaica Stock Exchange? So we made a call and experienced transformation of our business through conversations. I'm John Mafood, CEO of Jamaican Teas, and we're listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Give us a call today at 876-967-3271 to begin your transformation through conversation. We want to see your company listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
Welcome back to the Entrepreneurial You podcast. Joining me today is the co-founder and co-CEO of Vimmi, a video commerce SaaS company revolutionizing e-commerce. With 2 decades of experience in startups and public companies, including a successful NASDAQ IPO, he has developed innovative strategies leveraging shoppable videos, live shopping, and multi-channel approaches. As the Ecom Pulse podcast host, he shares his insights and interviews with industry leaders, drawing on his extensive experience to help brands enhance their digital marketing and drive growth. So let's welcome Eitan Koter. Hi, Eitan, welcome.
Hey, Heneka, nice meeting you. Thank you so much for your time and the great energy here.
Thank you. And I'm so impressed you're joining me all the way straight out of Israel. You're my second guest out of Israel, my second Israeli guest. So welcome.
Nice. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Indeed. So if you could have any superpower, Eitan, related to your work, what would it be and why?
I think maybe just probably have the ability to read the minds, right, of other people. Right?
No, we're talking. No, we're talking. So
Yeah,
we'll take it.
still I can't do, right? Just having this telepathic, capability, hoping, to read the minds of people, what people are telling you. In some markets you work and people will tell me that life is great, everything is amazing, but they will do no business with you. So I guess to figure out what really is the people's sentiments towards your brands, towards your products, cut corners and try to come like directly to what they really feel and knows about you. So maybe that's something that I would love to include in my superpowers. Yeah.
Okay, great answer, Eitan. Great answer.
Yeah.
So now we are moving into this segment, which is called, this is Adobe the Success segment, where we have entrepreneurs like yourself. And of course, it's brought to you this today by 5 Minute Bookkeeper. So we're going to move into your some questions that I have for you. And we just hit the ground running right here. So obviously you've had a very extensive career in various sectors. I've mentioned some of those in the intro. So what sparked your interest initially in entrepreneurship?
So I always, felt that I need to do something which probably take more responsibility and more challenge type of activities. Like when I worked for probably the first 10 years in few companies, there's like medium-sized, large-sized companies. And like every 2 years, I've been promoted or I had to change because I need to take more responsibility. I always did more than I was paid for. And I felt that I have like this trajectory of doing more and more and taking more activities. Some of the those positions I was very successful. You mentioned a NASDAQ IPO, really taking companies from zero to more than $150 million in sales. And when I, in 2010, right, when I finished this acquisition process of one of the companies, I felt that it's my time. Initially, I didn't know what entrepreneurship is all about. And I didn't have this mindset of said, okay, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I just interviewed all these companies and to different senior position, and none of them really excites me. And I took a coach and a mentor, and I asked him why I'm not intrigued, why I'm not motivated to take these roles. And he said, maybe you have something on your own that you plan to do or you want to do, something you wanted to do in your life. And then it, scratched my head and I thought about it and said, yeah, I have a few ideas. Maybe I'll start, work around them and see how it goes. So I just, that kind of a coaching, was very helpful for me during these days, and actually pushed me to start my first company, which was again in the video business, and it was a very successful company. Also merged to another bigger companies at that time, and then I said, okay, so I'm an entrepreneur. Really, so the years has passed, and I, had my targets and tried to achieve success, and obviously a lot of challenges as an entrepreneur, but I think we had a great ride at the initial days, and I've been doing this for the last 15 years. So this is how it started for me. So it wasn't something that I planned for. I wanted to go out of the big organization and do it. It's something that I just, it was built up in a different way for me.
All right. And so let's not know, fast track to Vimmi. Let's talk a little bit about Vimmi. What gap in the market were you aiming to fill? But first, even before answering that, I would like to hear what exactly is it and that gap in the market that you're filling.
Exactly. So we are in the e-commerce space, and the way to sell products today with e-commerce is through video. The share of video marketing inside the marketing budget of organization is growing. I think the latest statistic is 25% of marketing budgets for any business goes to video production. And those videos can be like doing videos with influencer marketing or creators, user-generated content, trying to create product videos to showcase your products and to sell them online, right? You did that obviously on social media. It can be on Instagram, on TikTok, also on your own website. And we wanted to provide a platform that can help brands, retailers, and businesses to launch video experiences on social media, on marketplaces, on their own channels through a single platform. So the Vimmi platform is all about creating those videos, deploy them on social media and on the customer website, and having the ability for shoppers, for users, to check out from the video itself. So think about a scenario where you are just, do this endless scrolling on Instagram Reels or on TikTok or on YouTube, and you have a buy now opportunity. Suddenly you see a product video. This is quite interesting for you, and you can click to check out. And each one of those platforms has their own way to check out, and we've implemented their API or the way to check out from any of these platforms. And we help brands to sell their products on social media, what's known as social commerce, while the main vehicle is obviously video. Okay, so this is what Vimmi is doing. We are a video commerce platform. And the video is both these short form videos that you just scroll over social, but it can also be a live event. So think about a live event where some brand or a business describing and showcasing its products, and you have the ability to ask questions through a chat system, maybe to ask questions about the product, and also the ability to check out. So you have a nice button. You can say, okay, buy now, and you complete a checkout within the video experience itself.
Wow, that is exciting. So kind of walk us through. So let's use a practical example. I have, let's say, a podcast course to sell, and I may create a 60-second overview of that podcast course in video, right?
Yeah.
Walk me through what happens now that I need to use your platform to sell that course.
Exactly. So assuming you have your own location where you are presenting your course and where people can check out, right? It can be your own landing page or probably a third-party platform. What we do a quick integration with that platform. So all the product information, the course information is available on the Vimmi side, on the Vimmi platform itself. And once you create that video, you upload that video to our platform, and you can associate that video with that product, okay? Product page together. And that's it. From here, you just click a button, that video will be showcased on your own landing page or on your product page, but it will mainly be showcased on all the social networks that you can connect to the platform. So if you have a YouTube account, an Instagram, Facebook, Walmart, Pinterest, TikTok, whatever networks do you operate, you connect them to the network, to the platform that Vimmi provides, and in one click, this video will be deployed across all your networks, social networks. And we give the users who will watch that video the ability to check out on that product page that you associated on the beginning, right? So, of course, each one of those platforms has a different user experience and different way to implement those links and the ability to check out. But this is in a nutshell what we do. So it's peace of mind. And if you want to deploy this from marketing perspective across many, many channels, you can do that in one click on the Vimmi platform instead of trying to understand how to build it on Facebook and then on Instagram and then maybe on YouTube. Just in one click, we did all the work for you behind the scenes, and you can deploy those video with the checkout ability across all these channels.
Wow, that sounds like it's well, let's talk about before I even comment on, it sounds like it's going to cost me an arm and a leg to get it done. You can comment on the cost in a little while, but let's talk about the gap. What gap were you filling?
Yeah, I mean, the gap we saw is that it's very complicated to work individually with each one of those channels. Remember, we don't just post on all these channels, we enable checkout, okay, on this channel, or not all the platform providing checkout, but some of them are providing the ability to add a link and redirect to a product page where you can check out. So it's very complex technology implementation that we've implemented, and to make it seamlessly from the one click button to enable this shoppability across all these platforms. This is one gap. We saw the big organization, they have like internal teams, like they have a Facebook team, they have an Instagram team, they have a TikTok team, just to figure out how to create this in all these channels. And for us, it's just a very easy, seamless way of implementing. So definitely one gap is just remove all your internal team. If you're a big organization, you don't need them. Or if you have a smaller team and you don't have the resources or the capability even to provide checkout and shoppable experiences in all these channels, and now with Vimmi, you can very easily do that. You could just upload video, sync your product page, and we create all these checkouts for you. Another opportunity, we know that the majority of the sales today are transitioning from your own brand website, like checkout or e-commerce platform or landing page where you can sell your course, for example, there is a lot, it's very difficult to bring people to your own page, right? Who knows about your landing page? Whether you're advertising through paid media, you do a Facebook ad or Instagram ad, we know that people are spending a lot of time on Facebook and Google and Instagram and TikTok and all these other channels. So why not giving them the ability to experience the course that you mentioned as an example, and even to purchase that course from that social media networks? It's much more difficult and costly to try to convince them to bring them to that landing page or to this checkout page. So social commerce is exploding opportunities out there that we see a lot of businesses on every size are investing a lot in bringing users to their own website, but they also try to find ways to sell on other channel partners like social media networks, marketplaces, and other affiliate partners. And they can be done very easily on the Vimmi platform.
All right, so sounds excellent. So let's talk about now the investment that is involved in doing, in being a part of that.
Look, I mean, we have like few packages. We are a SaaS company, so you can go to our website, vimmi.net, to the pricing. It's vimmi.net. And you can start a package. I think you have a free package first. So you can start experimenting with smaller amount of videos. We provide all the functionality also in that free package. And then we increase volume if you have more products or more videos. Then you go to a higher tier of package and think it's 129, and then it goes up 249 and 399. So it depends on the volume, right? Most businesses somewhere in the middle. And we also provide free package, and we also can provide special terms for your audience, Heneka, that we can provide as affiliate link or a coupon code that we can share on the show notes as well.
Okay, all right. So we're actually gonna go into that. I really, really love that. So shoppable videos and live shopping. So the videos you mentioned, so the live shopping, let's say, is it live on your platform, a live video thing on your platform, or are you talking about a live video on Facebook or Instagram, or is it on the Vimmi platform?
All of the above. So once you work with Vimmi, you can go live, right? That's a very important topic. That's another use case. You can invite co-host or moderator from all over the world to the event. You can plan it, and then you can the streaming and the distribution of the video goes to your own website very easily, but also going live to all these social platforms that we mentioned before. By the way, to Amazon Live as well, right? And Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Pinterest and all these channels concurrently, simultaneously, we distribute that video all over the place. Okay, you need to provide someone from your team or someone to answer all the questions that people might have on the chat, and we aggregate all the chats from all these different platforms to a single unified chat console, so you can answer questions all over the place, right? And having the ability for people also to check out and purchase during the event on all these platforms. So that's, I think, something very, very interesting, and expanding the reach, not just doing the live on your own website, but also on all these channels as well in a very seamless and easy way.
Wow. So that seemed like something that we all need to check out, entrepreneurs. I mean, we need to be leveraging videos a lot more than some of us are doing, myself included. I know if one of my friends and associate hears this, you're like, yeah, I've been telling you that all along, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Eitan, you obviously, you are an entrepreneur at heart. You didn't think so initially. That was not your thought, right? 15 years ago, you realized that, hey, you know what? Yeah, this is it. So let's talk about those early stages, right? In building your team, from your finance team to all of these different teams that you need to bring together to make your business a success.
So I think before we go into the team building, it's important to mention that I think it's important, like critical, that you do everything on your own first before you hire. So I did everything. Like I wrote the invoices, I implemented the technology platform, I did the marketing, I wrote the email, like everything, because I didn't know what's working, right? And it's difficult to take these expensive people and just think that they can solve everything for you. It's not going to work. Now, it's very complicated to hire for a small startup than to hire for bigger companies, because you can see the credentials of all these people. They've been very, very successful in bigger companies, and they're not successful in smaller companies, right? Like take for example, the sales guy, a sales team, or someone from the marketing team. They used to have a lot of departments internally that did a lot of work for them. So they just consolidated this and just put it out there as a campaign. But there's no one here. I mean, if you look sideways, no one is here, right? You need to create everything on your own, even if you're just on the marketing side or just on the R&D side. And this is something that I learned throughout the years, that try to set the expectations. Oh, this is like the main thing, because technically you can see that the candidate is qualified, right? But you need to give them a lot of information about where is coming to, right? I mean, it's a smaller companies, there are no resources here. You need to do everything on your own, but it's also the bigger opportunities, because 1 year along the line, you might have a team of 20 people that are not here, and you need to build it. So you need to look for this entrepreneurial skill set. You need to look for this self-served mentality. Do it on your own, like continuous learner type of candidates, the ability for him to manage teams, because those who you want to hire for like the executive roles, the CXO level, you want them to have like a management experience that they know how to hire a team, how to manage team. And this is how it starts. So I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning, right? So like I said, okay, I'm not that good in probably customer support. Let's find the best customer support guy out there, or lady or person, but and he will solve everything for me. And it costs too much, and it was a complete failure, right? You need to dive in. You need to you need to do things on your own. Understand how to provide that customer support, and once you figure it out for your own company, your own customers, and your own use case, how to do that, then bring someone to focus on the execution of things. Okay, and from experience, you can train him and bring him up to speed about how things needs to be done, and he can obviously take it and grow it from there. But it will not be possible for anyone to just come over here, study, learn what needs to be done, and just reinvent everything from scratch. This is like a very, very low chances for this to happen.
I get you. And let's talk about, as we're talking about team, I want to know, put in some plug here for my friends at 5 Minutes Bookkeeper. And this is on the accounting side. So please say goodbye to that tax time scramble, because now you're going to have your numbers at your fingertips and a whole slew of accounting, tax, and bookkeeping professionals in your back pocket with the 5 Minutes Bookkeeper membership. Visit them at 5minutesbookkeeper.com, and that's 5minutesbookkeeper.com. Try them out, because guess what? You probably don't want to be thinking about, oh my gosh, scrambling when it's tax time, getting everything together. 5minutesbookkeeper.com have you covered. All right. So let's talk a little bit about company that you've brought on to successfully IPO'd on the NASDAQ platform. Let's talk about that. Because that is huge. That is huge. So take us in. Many of my entrepreneurs that listen, they have dreams of building a listed company in the Jamaican space. We have the big market, the main market, and then we have the junior market. So at least, persons are eyeing, smaller entrepreneurs are eyeing the junior market. And to have you here, Eitan, talking about, what you've been able to accomplish, I know that you can inspire them. So let's talk a little bit about your IPO experience on NASDAQ.
Yeah, so IPO obviously is like a later stage in the development of a company. Once you know you have a product market fit and you've generated success, like for at least 2-3 years, the trajectory is going into the right direction. It's just a matter of injecting more funds into it. Then you can consider various ways, like another fundraising or going to an IPO. And obviously, I was part of a team, right? It wasn't something you do on your own. Company already selling, substantial amount of revenues globally, and we thought that the IPO route will first inject some substantial investments to the company from the public investors, but also give us the foundation and the framework to increase the level of customers that we operate with, right? So once you're a public company and you can go to like bigger RFPs, bigger tenders, bigger projects, because all these companies ask you about your balance sheet. And for us as a private company, we couldn't share anything. So it's kind of was a showstopper in some of those bigger opportunities that we worked on. And now we are a public company and everyone knows about your balance sheet. That gives you the ability to try to compete with larger opportunities in the market. We talk about Scopus Video Networks. It was a company in the video compression space. Remember those days where cable companies and satellite companies started the transition from analog to digital, right? So they had to build all these digital headends and converting videos from analog to digital and distribute it over digital delivery infrastructure to new digital cable set-top boxes or satellite set-top boxes or even terrestrial. And I know these type of networks are available in Jamaica as well. And obviously today everything is IP, right? Over the top, and you have Netflix, and everything is traveling over the internet. And yeah, one of the things that one of the nice stories that we told during the prospectus and creating all the marketing information on the IPO was the fact that we're starting to use IP like the internet for the delivery of the video, which is kind of a breakthrough in 2005. This is before the iPhone even. This is before we used to have like Windows Media Player maybe on our PCs, right? Just to watch some videos on our PCs. So yeah, I mean, you need to bring a level of innovation. You need to show the market that you have a sustainable growth trajectory. And the gap is just more fuel to this vehicle, more money and cash that need to be injected into the balance sheet to expedite development, to expedite go-to-market, and having the ability to succeed. You still have to convince a lot of investors. You need to travel. We traveled for like three weeks, met with hundreds of potential investors and investment banking companies, and it was an amazing experience. But again, these are like the foundation. So if you feel you have a company that is going very well, by the way, I think today there are a lot of other alternatives than IPO, right? There are a lot of growth companies, a lot of M&A opportunities. Going to an IPO is an amazing experience, but it's also very, very, I mean, the amount of regulation and transparency and audits and definitely on NASDAQ in the US, you have to adhere to a lot of rules and regulation and SEC regulation. It's a lot of overhead that you need to price into this activity as well, and it's not a good fit for every type of company, right? And it really depends on your lifestyles and what you're trying to do. So this is just my few minutes around the IPO, unless you have more in-depth questions.
All right, thanks for your insight, Eitan. I really appreciate it. Now we're moving into the community connection segment, and this segment is brought to you by our friends at 5 Minute Bookkeeper. So this is a time where we invite you, the community, to share your reviews, your questions, your feedback, whatever it is that you want to engage with us. So today's feedback comes in the form of a podcast review, and it's from TheShiftInside out of Great Britain. It's entitled "The Questions I Want Answered," a 5-star review they've given. My eye was caught by an episode featuring the founder of Trello. You don't expect that from such a new podcast. Well, that review was given when it was actually a new podcast. So when I listened, I could see why he had agreed to come on this show. Heneka has a rare gift of making it all about the guests. She asked the questions. I wish I could ask out of the guests. I can hear her guests relax, and she really does get the best out of them. So thank you so much from TheShiftInside. I totally appreciate this. So that's the community connection segment. And now I want to hear the final thoughts of my guest, Eitan Koter. Eitan, what are your last words in relation to entrepreneurship and persons, specifically entrepreneurs who are now looking to integrate video into their digital marketing strategies? What last word do you have to give to us?
So first, please know that it's much simpler than you think. There is a tendency to think that video needs to be like this high production, very polished type of video, but that's no longer the case. Because of TikTok, we go now for higher volumes of video rather than high quality and polished. Consumers are looking for this authentic view. They care less about the background and the light. I mean, it needs to be good audio quality, good lighting, but what's more important is if you're an entrepreneur, go out there and start creating one video per day. Make it authentic. Don't spend too much time on editing. Do this 30 seconds to 60 seconds spot about and also depends where are you. If you are now want to educate the market, or you are looking to convert the market, it depends where are you on the life cycle of your business, right? So if you are in awareness mode, it's mostly videos like how-to tips, right? Some actionable tips. If you are in a conversion mode or trying to already sell something, so like you can provide like information about you comparing to others, what are your differentiators and benefits, what's your pricing level, just provide more of this type of information. So it's really try to figure out where are you in the life cycle of your business, if you're in awareness, if you're in conversions, if you're in retention. So and try to create variety of content around that. But go out there, start creating this daily video, non-edited, really minor captions that you can do on every simple application these days. And this will create a great impact. So once you do that, you will start receiving feedbacks and comments and questions. You need to allocate time also for that. But I guarantee you that these videos will generate, you need to reach a level, and I hear stories from founders that videos, like if they post daily, those videos will generate eventually 50% of their revenues in the business. 50%, which is really amazing. So think about adding another 50% to your business that you're not doing right now. Putting yourself out there as a founder, this is what known in the market as founder-led growth, right? We have like product-led growth and other type of vehicles for growth. Founder-led growth and putting your face out there is very, very critical and very, very important. You don't have to be nice. The background doesn't have to be polished. Just go there and create some good quality content, authentic, and this is what is going to take your real business to the next level.
Amazing, amazing. Now, Eitan, how might my listeners catch up with you? How?
Yeah, great. So I'm on LinkedIn at Eitan Koter. It's EITAN, Koter, Koter, or go to Vimmi to experiment, get some more knowledge about video commerce, about shoppable videos, about live shopping. That's on vimmi.net. That's vimmi.net. Love to contribute. I love to talk to anyone who needs more help. I'm always available to chat and provide more details. I also post a lot on LinkedIn, so you can follow me over there as well.
Awesome, awesome. And finally, that giveaway that you have for our community, what's that? You have some good stuff.
Yeah, so I would love to help your listeners to start experiment with video commerce and shoppable videos. So if you go to our vimmi.net website under pricing, you can start creating an account. You can create even a free account and start doing real things, connect your social networks, connect your website, and giving you the ability to start work with video and live shopping and everything all together. And if you're interested in going to a higher tiers of the packages, we are offering to the listeners of your podcast, Heneka, 15% discount from our public pricing, and I will also share a special link for that or a coupon code that the user can use and attribute to your podcast as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Eitan Koter. Now we're moving right into the Trending Now segment brought to you by Next Step Digital. Also in partnership, we have 5 Minute Bookkeeper who sponsored this segment as well. So Next Step Digital, you can find them at 876 or give them a call at 876-570-1769. Try emailing them at service@trynextstep.com or visit their website at trynextstep.com. If you need digital marketing, if you need social media assistance, if you need your website to be developed, anything regarding to your business thriving online, Next Step Digital is the place to call. So let's hear it. Let's hear what's trending now. The rise of shoppable videos. The rise of shoppable videos is transforming the e-commerce landscape. According to a recent report by eMarketer, shoppable videos are projected to generate $45 billion in global sales by 2025, Companies leveraging this trend are seeing significant increase in engagement and conversion rate. And that's what's trending now. So thanks again to Eitan Koter, my inspiring guest today, straight out of Israel. His journey clearly has been a testament to just what innovation and leadership, can do when you take on a business, when you're involved in a business. And I want to say to you, my listener, thank you so much. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and leave a rating. Share it with your friends. Also, visit my website, henekawatkis.com, where you will find a free ebook on how to conduct podcast interviews like a pro. Of course, I'm always wanting to hear from you, always wanting to hear from you. So please send me your feedback at heneka@henekawatkis.com. Affirm with me today. I am a visionary leader committed to innovation and transformation. I embrace challenges and create opportunities for growth and success. Do take care.
This podcast is heard along the Marketing Podcast Network. For more great marketing podcasts, visit marketingpodcasts.net.